Shit. What up there, gaming communities? This is your boy Chidare, whatever you want to call me. Today, I'm here to talk about Halo Reach. Now, I'm gonna be doing a review for this game. I know I do a lot of reviews on older games. I'm gonna get to my review for Dragon Age Inquisition, but it took me a while to get in, and now that I'm in, I don't want to stop. But either way it goes, I just want to give you guys a review for now of something. So for now, let's go into Halo Reach. Now, I have such a strong history with Halo Reach as a game. Halo Reach was the game that got me competitive in shooters. Like, this was the game that got me like competitive. It made me good at shooters too. This was the game that was just like the penalty. This is like my fondest memory of gaming. This is one of them at the very least. This is one of my fondest memories. And I really love this game. But that will not blind me to the certain issues with the game. And I know there's a lot of controversy around Halo Reach because of certain changes in the gameplay, and a lot of people feel like Halo Reach was the downfall of Halo. I don't. I've played Halo 3. I personally love Halo 3 as well, but I love Reach more. Maybe it's because I started with Reach and I went back to 3, but either way it goes. Let's get into this review though. So, as usual, we're going to start off with a story. Now, Halo Reach takes place before the events of the first Halo. And it takes place on the planet Herp Derp Reach. So, on this planet, it's being attacked by the Covenant, and you're basically watching the downfall of this planet. Now, for starters, the setting for this story, Reach the planet, is amazing. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful setting and look. And it plays a part in the story too, because as the story goes on and you see the planet, you literally get to see the planet degenerate as time goes on. Like, at first it's this lush, green, beautiful world, and then by the end, it's like a deserted wasteland of war and flame, and I love that. I love how they handled that. And the next thing is the actual team members, the Noble team, they're Spartans. You play as the Spartan team members, and there's 6 Spartan team members in Noble team, and you play as Noble 6, the lone wolf badass who all the shit he's done is in black ink, and that's who you play as within the story. Now, I'm gonna say this right now: the characters I feel are where Halo Reach is at its weakest, because the game is relatively short. It's only like, what was it, like 12, 13 missions? It was not a lot of missions. It's a very short campaign. And I feel like because it was short, a lot of the character growth and emotion that you should have felt towards the characters wasn't there. Now, I felt emotional watching some characters die. I felt sad watching the characters die. But I do feel like it was a very big missed opportunity, and I know a lot of people feel like, oh, well, the Noble team members died and I didn't really care, because you don't really get to know them. They die. Once one of them dies, it just starts a domino effect. Like, they all die relatively close and quickly, and you don't really get the chance to know them really, like know their backstories and know who they were and what they did. And I think if they had put more of that, story would be stronger, because a lot of the story is centered around them. In the fall of Reach, that's what this story is mostly about, the characters and how they're reacting to the fall of Reach. And I feel like that's a big part of the story that's missed because they're not fully developed. And also, the story, links some pieces together about certain things that happened in Halo 1 and, things like that. But for the most part, the story is just about Noble Team and the fall of Reach. That's pretty much the story. Now, another part of the story is how you really do get the feeling that this is the end. Like, even though I said all that about the characters, this fight feels futile. Like, you can feel it. You can feel the tension. The story does an amazing job of making you feel every moment counts, and this is just a last desperate strike to win and try and push them back. But you know how the story ends. So either way, like, I love the story of Halo Reach. I played through the story of Halo Reach so many times, it's not even funny. Like, I can't even count it. That's how many times. On Legendary too, so yeah, I'm a Legendary badass. Anyways, so now let's get into the gameplay of Halo Reach. Now, this is where the controversy starts, because Halo Reach introduces something brand new to the Halo franchise, which is Bloom. Now, a lot of people in Bloom, Reticle Bloom, is when you shoot, your reticle opens up, and the faster you shoot, the more your reticle spreads open, and the more inaccurate your shots become upon each shot. Now this is where the fan base gets split, because a lot of people are like, fuck Bloom, it takes away the skill in Halo, and it's stupid and gay, and I miss my old shit where things didn't open up. And then there's some people who are like, well, this adds more of a learning curve to the game, because now you can't just spam fucking shots, you have to be careful. And in later Halo titles, Bloom is taken out, because I guess the more vocal part of the fan base was the part that hated the Bloom. Me personally, I liked Bloom. I liked the reticle Bloom. It made me more careful on each shot. It made me make every shot count. Now, whether you're playing multiplayer or single player, combat feels fun. Like, I enjoy the fight in Halo. Especially on the higher difficulties, lower difficulties, you'll feel like a goddamn god. But higher difficulties, especially on Legendary, you gotta use your wits. You gotta be quick. You gotta, you even have to be kind of stealthy at times. Like, it really makes you feel like you gotta be careful, and I love that. Like, every shot counts. Every perfectly placed hit is just a fun experience. And then the game also adds in assassinations. These cool little takedowns where you go behind someone and you press the punch button, and then you'll do like a takedown where you'll throw them on the ground and stab them in the throat. I really like that. I enjoyed that. And you know, with dealing with the multiplayer side of the gameplay in the multiplayer was intense. You had, like, they added, you know, sprint and holograms, like, you know, armor suit abilities, which is still a staple in Halo today. Freaking phone trying to tell me my battery's low. But anyways, it's still a staple in Halo today, which is the armor abilities. I don't know if it's going to be in Halo 5, though, but either way it goes. So, the sprinting ability, I like that. I like the ability to sprint, because I guess I'm coming from the generation of shooters where sprinting is just staple. The hologram is fine. It's like, it's a good little decoy. It's not annoying. It's just like, ah, damn it, I fell for it. So let me stop beating around the bush and get to the most annoying ability. I can understand why a lot of people don't play the multiplayer of Halo Reach because of it. Fucking armor lock. Oh my god. Armor lock is the ability to where you slam on the floor, you can't move, but you slam on the floor and your shields get to come back, right? And you can't take damage. So any amount of damage you do to this guy doesn't work. So other than armor lock and that just fucking pile of bullshit, the game is very skillful. You have to be very careful on how you place your shots, when you shoot. It makes you very mindful on what you're doing. So I enjoyed the gameplay. I think the gameplay is one of the stronger points in Halo Reach. Now the sound. Gun sound sounds good. I mean, like, I'm not a very big fan of the pew pew noises of like Halo's guns. But when you get to like the human weapons that sound more like our modern day guns, they sound nice. Like, I like the sound of like the sniper and the DMR. Like, they're all nice sounding guns, and they all fit within the Halo universe of the sci-fi epic and all that. Next is the graphics. Graphics in Halo Reach, I thought were beautiful. Like I said, when you're on Reach, it looks like a beautiful planet. And I think, this is just me personally, I think the graphics still hold up pretty well with some of today's games. I don't think this game loses to, like, this game had bad graphics at all. I think it was a very beautifully presented game. And finally, we're going to get to the freaking soundtrack. Halo is always and always will be known for its soundtrack. And this game is no less. It has some of the most beautiful orchestra soundtracks. Boy, man, I tell you, like, there are just songs that I still remember to this day that just pull at my heartstrings, because I remember that moment. Or like, I remember that moment I'm in this heavy firefight and this song is playing in the background, and it's just, boy, I listen to the soundtrack from time to time. Like, I can't lie, I do go back and listen to that soundtrack. So it's definitely a beautifully done soundtrack. So now, off to the final verdict. Now, my final verdict for Halo Reach, as you guys know, I don't do normal number scores. So my final verdict for Halo Reach is a must-buy. Must-buy game. That's how I feel. I feel like this is a game just should be in any gamer's repertoire. Even if you don't necessarily feel like, oh, well, it's a move away from Halo 3 and all that. Just look at the game as its own game, and you'll see the beauty and the love Bungie put into this last Halo title, and not so much. Just saying. So either way it goes, man, that's gonna be my rating for Halo Reach. It's a must-buy experience. And if you're an old Halo fan and you've never played Halo Reach because of the things you've heard, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to get into it because it's not like Halo 3, I will bump it down to give it a try just for you guys. At least try it, just so that you can at least say, oh, well, okay, I really do hate it, or, you know, you love it. So either way it goes, man, I'm going to go ahead and sign out now. This is your boy, Chidang, or Chadir, signing out. Please be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do the next up by Thrive, and I will catch you on the flip. It has been golden. Peace out, gaming communities.